kick it away to start us off. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Back to throw, it's Jordan. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The 49ers line up to punt it away. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. First down for this offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Forced out of the pocket. Had to get rid of it quickly. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
A really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Goes to the option. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
And the 49ers racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll ride the hot hand. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides on the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
The give to the tailback. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Trying to seal the edge on the right. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball on the perimeter. You toss it out there and you run it back. He gets out there faster. Got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left, too.
Looking for a gap. It's Gordon. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Here he comes with the return. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it, be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline, so let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Looking for a man, it's Reed. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
I think this defense really needs to start thinking about really fencing this quarterback in. You cannot let him go east or west because he will extend the play with his legs and his speed and hurt you throwing the football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lets it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Couldn't pick it up on 2nd down. Now they need a couple on 3rd down. They keep attacking through the air. The sweet feet buy a little time. Looking down the left side. He holds it in, and nobody's close. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Ball still spotted at the 34. It's 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Looking to throw, it's Reed. Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. Touchdown Volunteers! What a grab and go for the score.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into half.
Going up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
And the returner will be knocked down. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They're going to open this drive with a pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll immediately call timeout.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Throws for the tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got him downfield. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Timeout. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. The defense calls the timeout, their 2nd of the day, as they try to get their act together. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. The field goal is no good. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4. Tennessee, 7. All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, Ben. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. The option look. Now the toss. Spins away from the defender. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
Looking to pass, it's Reed. Unloads it left. Fires the pass, intercepted. He didn't get a lot on the return, but man, did he set his offense up at the 30.
And you don't see this very often, but big defensive linemen, you see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Palmer, when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield, and created the negative play.
On third down, he drops the throw. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. How about this DB turning on the Jets and getting the first sack of the game for this defense?
And that is how you come from the secondary with authority. Come with some speed, some vitriol, some hate. Just get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. Nice job by the secondary getting to the quarterback.
Well, look at this. 4th down and 1.5 miles, and the offense is looking for the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers! And that one will give them the lead.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. On the option. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Charlotte 10, Tennessee 7.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, running back on the move. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the 1st down.
Brings up 4th down.
It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Quarterback adapting. On the move, he fires. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Knocked off his feet, but not before he picks up 6 yards down to the 10.
wins up.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he's got it for the touchdown, and that one just might do it.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
He wants to throw. He wants a big play here late. And wings it incomplete.
Yeah, you can tell the timing wasn't great, and quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And the Volunteers getting set on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Dances away to buy time. He wants it all. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return.